I need to address this, okay? 7 officers were shot, 1 fatally, serving a warrant in South Carolina. And I was alerted to this story, and it's so horrific. You know, we see these random acts of violence. This particular situation just seems extreme, like particularly savage because of there were children in the house. The warrant that they were serving was not on this person, from what I understand, but his son. Anyway, here goes what we know. A Vietnam veteran who bragged online about maintaining his target shooting skills was being held Thursday in the shooting of 7 law enforcement officers, one of whom died. These deputies were trying to serve a warrant at his home. Authorities said Frederick Hopkins opened fire on the deputies from inside the home and held children hostage while shooting long range at other officers who rushed to the suburban neighborhood. Sheriff's Department armored personnel carrier was brought in to recover the wounded during Wednesday's 2-hour standoff, and the shooter finally released the children as he was taken into custody. Officers went there unknowingly that the firepower the suspect had, says Florence County Sheriff Kenny Boone. Fire was being shot all over. The way the suspect was positioned, his view of the fire was several hundred yards, so he had an advantage. The officers couldn't get to the ones who were down. Records show Hopkins, 74, a disabled Vietnam veteran and disbarred lawyer who has faced several charges in recent years. Authorities have not described what weapons were involved, but Hopkins apparently owned several guns, including an M14 rifle. The slain officer's name is Terrence Caraway. He's 52 years old, of Darlington. He had just been honored for 30 years of service with the Florence Police Department. Here goes a statement by Chief Alan Heidler. He says, "I want you to pray for the family who lost the bravest police officer I have ever known." I cover this story. I cover it because I want people to know how I feel about these shootings, whether they be on civilians or they be law enforcement. I want to preserve life. I'm on the side of victims. There will be times where victims wear badges. There will be times when victims don't wear badges. My goal is to call it straight. My goal is to point out hypocrisy. Fake media, fake law enforcement, whatever it is, right? That's my goal. But I hope that it's clear to you that I do not condone this shit. There have been some people who say, well, here we go again. As soon as the story broke, I saw someone commenting how, here we go again, they can always take these white guys alive. The man who shot 7 officers was a highly trained shooter. This is what he did. This is who he was. He shot 7 law enforcement officers over a warrant that had nothing to do with him, his son. And he killed a black officer, and your response is they let the white guys get away with everything. I think they wanted to blow this guy's head off for shooting 7 officers. I just think they couldn't. So anyway, that's my piece on that. Wow.